that the other automated manufacturers were bringing. What he wanted to do was bring something completely different to the marketplace, something that you've never seen before, something that drove different, improved features, better safety, better performance, and everything else that he envisioned he wanted to put in an automobile. So what he started out with was hiring George Lawson, a designer that would ultimately pen these renderings of his dream car, the Tucker Torpedo. He told George, what I want first off in the styling of this, I want an automobile that looks like it's going 100 miles an hour while it's standing still. And he put this together to begin materializing the dream. Following that, he hired additional designers to refine it. Alex Tremulous and his team, and J. Gordon Lippincott and his team. The idea behind this was to go ahead and basically have a little bit of an internal competition. We want both of these guys to work side by side and develop the design that would ultimately be the Tucker 48. Now you can see in these images up here that you've got one side of the car looking slightly different than the other side of the car. And that's because they worked on the same clay models, creating comparisons. You can see some early concepts of them wanting to utilize the center area for a high grille and a different left and right side to the automobile, comparing their different designs. From there it was refined further. As you can see, it's now starting to take shape a little closer to the Tucker 48. And you see that they had, again, left and right sides were a little different, but now the rear of the car starts to look a little more like the Tin Goose. The engine covering is very similar. The long, straight, crate grille, the exhaust through the bumper, ultimately it went beneath the bumper, and now this car is starting to take shape to something that we all recognize. From there, the rendering went to back to the drawing table, and they had refined the design which would ultimately be the Tin Goose. From that design, they went straight to building the car. And that turned out to be the car that they toured with. The Tin Goose became famous not only throughout the country, but throughout the world. People were excited to see this. The anticipation of this automobile showing up in their town for them to see was something that drew great crowds. Well, here you see on the left, the initial reveal of the car in Chicago. It was a very, very exciting event with great anticipation. There were